So let's talk about the atmosphere at the Twisted Wheel. The very first Twisted Wheel at Brasenose Street has a very special place in my heart because that was where the impact hit me, because of the newness of what was going on with the music and the decor inside there. There were these little nooks and crannies in the original Brasenose Street location with actual wheels, and some were actually twisted. And there were benches and places to kind of like hang out. And eventually they had an extension built so they had a stage in one room and they had a stage in another room as well. So it was like two stages, and sometimes they have bands playing on alternate stages. Roger Eagle was the man who was the DJ who I met down there, and he was quite a character, and he introduced and taught us all about Slim Harpo, Freddie King, Rufus Thomas, Otis Redding. In actual fact, I still to this day remember Otis Redding, hearing Otis Redding singing Little Richard's Lucille, a Stax version of an old Little Richard song down there, and I'll never forget Roger playing that. And God rest his soul, because he passed several years ago, and he taught us all. He was the man, Roger Eagle. So the atmosphere was a non-alcoholic situation. So if you wanted to get a little bit high on alcohol, you had to go somewhere else to the pub or have a few beers, and it was exclusively a coffee bar, and the music was the main thing at the Brasenose Street location. In 1965 they opened up Whitworth Street, and that's when the music started getting a little more high energy R&B. Junior Walker and the All-Stars, the Motown, the Stax, the heavy duty, fast dancing became the trend at Whitworth Street location. The atmosphere was absolutely electric. People started, although they were wearing mohair suits, they would be taking jackets off, and people, the mods who were dancing with the hair and the fashion thing was still a big thing, but people who were prepared to sweat, and they would actually sweat off about 10 pounds worth of body fat in a night, because they would be pretty much popping pills, burning off that beer they drunk in the pub before they came down there, and you know, drinking water and burning off that fat. So people lost about 10 pounds of body fat a night. The serious dances. So it was an absolutely electric atmosphere, and high energy R&B being played all night long. I'm not talking about Earth, Wind and Fire and 70s and Ohio players. I'm talking about R&B with guitars and horns, heavy duty, Stax, Motown, Booker T and the MGs, Junior Walker and the All-Stars, Edwin Starr, high energy stuff. That was the atmosphere at the Twisted Wheel on Whitworth Street from about 65 to, well, I stopped going there around about 68 was the last time I went there, because I've already started traveling in bands by then, but that was how I remember it, and it was an absolutely unique place to be, and that's why it is remembered by so many.